Well, guys, I hate to break it to you, but today is the day. Today is the day the Federal Reserve has made a major announcement that will affect all Americans. And we've been talking about this for quite some time. Let's just be honest, guys. We're in a recession. We are in a recession, and more importantly, we could potentially be facing a global recession. Now, unofficially, the Fed really hasn't come out and said that we're in a recession yet. Fed Chair Jerome Powell has not gotten in front of the microphone, in front of the podium. Federal Chair Jerome Powell has not gotten on TV and announced that we're in a recession. However, if you look at how recessions have been historically, recessions are never called or never identified when they actually start. If you think about the very nature of a recession, you'll generally have 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP before the official board comes out and says that we're in a recession. So what that means is that you won't actually know you're in a recession until after the recession has actually started. Now, if we look at it historically, recessions, they generally last anywhere between 18 to 36 months. In fact, some recessions have been as short as 6 months. And we are seeing in the stock market, we're seeing the NASDAQ down roughly 25–30%. Dow Jones Industrial Average is down about 12% right now. S&P 500 is down about 12 to 15% right now. But the question is, how do we make money from these events? How do you make money from the current economic environment? What do you need to do, whether you have low income, whether you're middle class, whether you're making $100,000 a year? What do we need to do during this time in order to make money? And it doesn't matter if you're on fixed income. It doesn't matter your educational background. Your family depends on you. So what can we do to prepare ourselves? Now, fear is abundant right now. Many people are panicking. They're concerned about what's going to happen. But the interesting thing about the stock market, interesting thing about cash, the interesting thing about passive income and business, real estate, the housing market, they all have their place. And unfortunately, they don't teach us this in school. They don't teach you how to prepare. They don't teach you and your family how to prepare for economic collapse, nor do they prepare us for economic expansion. And here's the funny thing. If you were to go to Walmart, and you see, you see eggs on sale. If you were to go to Walmart and you saw paper towels were on sale, toilet paper was on sale. And these are some great examples. Toilet paper and paper towels. Let's just say they're normally, $10 for, a pack of 8, for example. But let's just say one day you walked into Walmart, you walked into Costco, Sam's Club, wherever you happen to shop, and you see that they're not $10, but they're $5. That means you got a 50% off discount. Wouldn't you stock up? Wouldn't you stockpile on the essentials when they're 50% off? Now, here's the funny thing. I think it's a no-brainer because paper towels, they don't expire. They're always going to be useful, and you're going to buy them in the future. So it's a good investment to purchase, to invest in paper towels and toilet paper while it's on sale. Funny thing is stock market right now is giving us about depending upon what you're looking at, NASDAQ, S&P 500, Dow Jones, you're looking at anywhere between, let's just say 10 to 30% discount right now, right? Now, of course, individual stocks within the stock market could have more or less of a discount. But most people won't see the stock market the way they see discounts at Walmart. People, the average American, whether you got a 401k, you've got an IRA, Roth IRA, they're not going to see the money-making opportunity in the stock market when the stock market crashes. They're not going to see it. They're going to fear, they're going to panic, they're going to look at their 401ks, they're going to look at their portfolios and head for the exits. And this is exactly what the wealthy want us to do. They want us to see the price fluctuations in our portfolios decline, panic, and sell our assets to the wealthy so that they can buy them at a discount. Why would we do that? That doesn't make any sense. This is the exact opposite of wealth building, right? So we got to look at it from a few angles. Now, it doesn't matter if you have a lot of money or a little bit of money, and you're not limited to the stock market either. One of the best times to start a business is to start a business during a recession. I mean, think about it. Everything's on sale. So anything you might need to start a business is likely going to be on sale as well. So if you ever considered starting a business, even if you're laid off right now, if you're laid off or you work maybe you normally work 40 hours, maybe you're an hourly employee and your hours have been cut and you're looking for ways to make more money, now may be the perfect opportunity to start that business, right? Sit down and think about it. Think about what you're passionate about. Think about that opportunity that you thought, maybe I should do that one day. Now is the time to do it. If you listen to the greatest entrepreneurs and investors of the world, look at Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, back in the 2008 recession, during the Great Recession of 2008, Warren Buffett, he wasn't out there selling his stocks. He wasn't out there, and the stock market had crashed to a point where everyone and their mom thought the end of the world was right around the corner. Warren Buffett was out there buying up stocks. Warren Buffett was buying up companies. He was investing in his businesses, right? So it's like not so much what wealthy investors and wealthy entrepreneurs are saying. It's more important to watch what they're doing. And we don't have to be billionaires like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. You scale it down and you do it at a level that you can handle. You can start that small business. I have covered in previous videos, you guys can check them out, an assortment of businesses that could easily be started for under $100. Businesses that could potentially generate thousands of dollars extra for you every single month. The question is, are you and your family going to be one of the individuals to actually take action and start that business? That's the question you got to ask yourself. And most people won't do it. Now, here's another thing. Cash. Let's talk about cash, right? So cash, stocks, real estate, businesses, currency, they all have their play in the game, right? So right now, the inflation rate they're saying it's 8%. But of course, inflation's not counting food. Inflation's not counting diesel prices. It's not counting gas prices into the equation for where inflation is. They're going to call 8%. But realistically, if we look at the housing market, if we look at food and gas, realistically, inflation is probably somewhere between 25 to 40%, depending upon where in the United States you live, right? So, and if you let's talk about cash for just a second, right? So remember, cash is a tool. Ray Dalio says cash is trash, but that's not entirely true. That's not entirely true all the time. It really depends. Now, cash, because of the printing of money and the continuous printing from the Federal Reserve adding to the money supply, yeah, cash will go down over time as it has. However, the stock market's down anywhere between 10 and 30%, depending upon where you are. Now, if you were holding cash, this is a strategic position. Your cash could have been sitting in a high yield, high interest savings account. I'll leave a link for you guys in the description down below for one of the highest yield savings accounts that I found. And so you could be sitting in cash while the stock market is declining. Meanwhile, as the stock market is declining, as the housing market is declining, because interest rates have risen, thanks to Fed Chair Jerome Powell, the demand for housing has declined. And what happens when interests decline, or what happens when interest increases? Well, it drives up the cost to borrow money. It drives up mortgage prices. It drives up mortgage payments, which people will use to purchase homes. And so, number one, people are like, hey, home buyers are saying, hey, I don't want to buy this real estate at this time. It's so much more expensive today than it once was. Or banks. I don't care if you're filing or applying for a mortgage at Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Truist. It doesn't matter. If the bank looks at your debt to income ratio and says, hey, mortgage rates have increased, your purchasing power has declined. Because your ability to be qualified for a mortgage is based on your debt to income ratio and your credit. So even if whether you have bad credit, good credit, your FICO score is over 800 points, 740, doesn't matter. If the interest rates go up, this is going to negatively affect your ability to purchase, because your interest rate is one of the, aside from your income, your interest rates are one of the single biggest factors for determining what your mortgage payment is going to be. And if interest rates go up, your mortgage payment goes up as well. And so then it declines, it reduces how much purchasing power you have. And so this creates pressure on the housing market. Now, for sellers in the housing market, they're forced to do two things. A, they can take their house off the market and not sell. And this is only an option if you're a strong homeowner. Some homeowners are not financially prepared to do that. Now, if you're a seller in this housing market and you're seeing your house sitting on the market for, days on weeks on months on end, and you have to sell, you are forced to lower your prices on your home. You're forced to lower the price of real estate for sale. And so what happens is people like me and you, we can step in and we can buy some of this real estate at a discount. You can more than likely over the next, 6 to 12 months find potentially great deals on real estate if you keep your eye out for these types of real estate opportunities. Now, you might find deals on single family homes. You might find deals on duplexes, triplexes, quadruplexes, and you don't have to be a real estate investor to do these things. I mean, you could literally purchase a duplex. You could literally purchase a triplex or even a quadruplex, live in one of the units, and rent the other units out. And if you do it right, if you get the right price, then you could potentially live for free in these homes. The question is, are you and your family going to be one of the people who actually do this? Most people, they will let problems happen. They will let situations occur to them and not take action. Now, you can start a business. Also, you got to protect your income. Your income is your single biggest asset producing tool, period, point blank, hands down. Now, we can talk about passive income methods, passive income, ways to generate income passively. We can talk about residual income. We can talk about building online businesses. But if you have a job right now, you need to secure that job, because for most people, their job is their single source of income. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you're not among the many people who are preparing to be laid off in this massive wave. We already heard from, I forget if it was Bank of America or Chase, JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, CEO of Chase, JP Morgan Chase, indicated that we're expecting to see somewhere between 175,000 jobs wiped out over the next, per month. 175,000 jobs just wiped out every single month for the next several months. We've also heard the same warning coming from Fed Chair Jerome Powell. So we need to be prepared. We need to strategically position ourselves so that not only do we not get wiped out, but we need to strategically position ourselves so that we're prepared to take advantage and actually profit and make money during a recession by making sure that we acquire and build the assets that are needed in order to take full advantage of the recession that is likely happening right now. Now, here's the other thing. Time after time, over the last 100 years, every single recession was followed by a market boom. And so the key is you need to increase as much value to your employer as possible so you don't get wiped out, so that you're not laid off, right? So make sure you keep your job. Make sure that you secure your job so that you do not lose your income, you do not lose your home, so that you're not homeless. And what we need to be doing is acquiring assets at a discount. Stocks are at a discount. Housing will be at a discount. You may actually have to put more down in order to be able to afford the house. Depends on your financial situation. There's going to be some creative financing options. Some sellers will actually offer seller financing. So and you guys can reach out to me in the comments down below. I always leave my contact information in the description of the videos, but there are going to be so many ways to make money in the next 6 to 12 to 18 months. It is going to be unbelievable. And I'm so I'm so excited because of all these opportunities. I just hope more and more people are becoming aware of this. And this is why I'm sharing this information in this video, because there are going to be so many money-making opportunities coming up. The question is, will you be taking